And we are back. This is the second half of chat number 153. So chat number 153 was Let's Talk Holiday Recipes. And we're going to talk about two. We're going to talk about one, and we're actually going to make the second one. Yeah, and Sandra says she loves my cup. So this was from last year, from last year's Christmas trip to Disney. Sadly, we didn't get to go there. Yeah, I know. I'm seriously super sad about it. Anyway, so that was from last year. So we're talking about holiday recipes. I'm going to encourage everyone, before we start talking about the recipes, I'm going to encourage everyone, and this is your extra credit portion, so pay attention, okay? You actually might need this. So I'm going to encourage everyone, and I actually may make something with this on there. I don't know, while we're working on stuff for the new website, I may make this, but I found this in the dollar spot at Target. So if you happen to be in the Target dollar spot, this actually came in really handy tonight. So I'm thinking about making this into a tea towel or something printable for you all. But yeah, this was in the dollar spot, so I guess it was $1. But I needed this today, so it's got cups to tablespoons to teaspoons to fluid ounces. This was super helpful tonight because I needed to know, what something, how many cups something was when I only knew how many tablespoons it was. So this was super helpful. So I highly recommend using something like this. Especially if you're using somebody else's recipe, and if you're using ingredients that are only listed in like whatever it was, cream cheese, I think, and the cream cheese that I bought this time, the fat-free cream cheese I bought this time, only listed tablespoons, and I needed to know how many cups that was, or you could do fluid ounces or whatever. Okay, so Rosie wants to know what the temperature is over there. Where's over there? And I can't see what the little symbol is next to it, but anyway. Okay, I don't know. The temperature here is like, I don't know, 40 something, I guess. It's not freezing, but it's a little bit chilly. Disney is probably 70s right now, and John could tell you. Okay, and I'm assuming Orlando Debbie. Oh no, he's looking it up, or he's asking what the current temperature is. Oh, in Disney. Okay, we're getting ready to find out. He's getting it for us right now. It's actually Lake Buena Vista, Florida. How much? 70. It is 70 at Disney right now. And that is in Lake Buena Vista. So, and Vicky, it's already mailed. So you can stop asking me about it. Yeah. So, yeah, all of them, everybody that I could find. Okay, Vicky's asking about her t-shirt. Everybody that I could find, which there was a whole bunch of you all in a, little, like, I don't know, it wasn't really spam, but it was like, I don't know, it's weird on Messenger. It was like a different little folder or something. I can't figure that out. Anyway, we're not going to do it by Messenger anymore. No. That was a pain. It was a pain to look up. And, yeah, and Barbara says, oh my gosh, last year was so cold. It was, yeah, so anyway. Okay, so now y'all are making me hot. Okay. So let's go ahead and talk about this. What we are going to make tonight. So, two things that we are going to make tonight are holiday staples for our family. We have 3 things that we have almost every year at Christmas time. So Thanksgiving for us is usually a bigger meal. It's a meal, where people are going to get a plate and they're going to sit down and they're going to eat it. Turkey, ham, maybe, we have some certain, side dishes. It's gotten a little loosey-goosey since my grandparents have been gone. But for us, it's traditionally a more like get a plate and sit, at a table or with some other people. Christmas, all gloves are off. We don't do anything formal. It's breakfast-ish type snacky whatever foods, and you can start eating at 7 o'clock in the morning and eat until 7 o'clock at night or whatever. It's just pretty much snacking around the world. So last week we made one of those staples, and that is sausage balls, and we made cream cheese turkey sausage balls. So don't have that recipe posted yet, but maybe by the time y'all watch this, I will. We're going to make 2 other things tonight. Well, I'm actually already made one of them because it was going to take too long to make both of them. But I really need you all to be thinking about, we just talked about in the first 30 minutes of this chat, we just talked about recipes, about holiday recipes. And so there are things, oh, yep, and Carol's been asking Alexa about measurements and conversions. There's nothing wrong with that. But this was just cute. And it's also like you can set hot things on it. So, okay, it's like it's a ceramic tile. So anyway, I'm thinking about making something like that for y'all. So we've been talking about making recipes, and we've been talking about favoriting them for you. So these are two other things. One of them, I'm just going to tell you how to make it because I did not have time to make both of them. So what I'm going to do, I'm already in my app. So I'm going to go back now to search. I'm going to go to my food. I'm going to go to recipes. Maybe if it comes up, I'm going to go to recipes and then I'm going to search for this food, because remember we just talked about saving these foods so that you could go to them quickly. So to save time, I've got it saved under that, and I have it favorited, so I could have gone to favorites and looked at it. But this is turkey sausage gravy. So this is green. Everything I'm doing tonight, I have only recorded it in green. So when I do the recipe, eventually at some point, I will go back and do, other colors. But this is made from, and I'm going to show you, so I'm just going to walk you through this one real quick, and then I'll show you the end result, because the second one we actually have to mix and make. So it is 1 bag of Jimmy Dean fully cooked turkey sausage crumbles. Maybe I should show you all that bag. Hold on just a second. Okay, so this is a lightened up version of biscuits and gravy, basically is what we're making. So I do not hand make biscuits, so I'll show you what I use in a minute for biscuits. But regular biscuits and gravy, 1 biscuit plus 1 serving of gravy could be as much as 16 points. So if you get one of those big cat head biscuits and then a 1/4 cup of sausage gravy, it could be as much as 16 smart points. Okay, I could eat 3 biscuits and gravy. So I don't even know what the math is on that. 3 times 16, I don't even know. Don't want to figure it out. But this instead though, this recipe instead, if I wanted to have more than 1, it wouldn't break the bank. So this whole recipe has 1 package. So it's 1 package of this Jimmy Dean fully cooked turkey sausage, and it's already fully cooked. So you don't have to worry about, if you got it done or not. So it's 1 package of that. And it has a tablespoon of olive oil. And the reason that it has a tablespoon of olive oil is because the Jimmy Dean turkey sausage crumbles are so low in fat that you can't brown the next ingredient if you don't add the tablespoon of olive oil. So you need just a little bit of oil, and the tablespoon over the whole recipe doesn't add that much, because this is going to serve 12. This is going to make 12 servings. Then you have, so the next ingredient is Bisquick Heart Smart pancake and baking mix. So the reason I get the Heart Smart is it's 2 less smart points. You do not have to use that kind. You can use just regular flour if you want to, but I don't make a lot of things with just regular flour, but I do use a lot of baking mixes. The Trader Joe's baking mix is not too bad. There are some others that you can use, but the Heart Smart is the least number of points for what I have right now. So it is 1/4 cup of that. So you have the 1 bag of the Jimmy Dean turkey crumbles. You have 1 tablespoon of olive oil. You have 1/4 cup of Bisquick Heart Smart baking mix. Then you need 1 cup of, I use Land O'Lakes. I have no idea if there's any other brand or not, but it's fat-free, half and half. And then 1 cup of skim milk. And so what you're going to do is you're going to heat your skillet. Put 1 tablespoon of olive oil in there and just let it heat up a little bit. Then pour your turkey crumbles on top of that and just get them good and hot. So they're already cooked. You do not need to cook them all the way. You're not trying to cook them. You're just trying to warm them all the way through. Then you're going to take your 1/4 cup of the Heart Smart baking mix and you're going to sprinkle that over the top of it. And just mix it in. Keep the heat, it's like on medium heat. Keep the heat on, because you're trying to brown it a little bit. Now this is not browning like if you had made full-blown turkey sauce. Full-blown regular pork sausage. You would be getting some brown. Some brown flour. And then once you do that and it looks browner, it's like more brown. You're just trying to get it, kind of heated up with the turkey. Then you're going to pour in the cup of fat-free half and half and the cup of skim milk. Still keep it on medium. So that panics some people because it's going to start bubbling and foaming and it's going to look like it's having a fit. But keep doing that and just keep stirring it a little bit and stirring it a little bit and stirring it a little bit and stirring it a little bit. And you know what? After a few minutes, it is going to turn out like this. if this were warm. So this is not warm anymore, but it is going to turn out like this. So it is nice and thick. It's a nice thick consistency. I did add just a little bit of Dax Steakhouse seasoning to the top of it because, I'm sorry, Dax Steakhouse seasoning just makes everything taste better. So if you're, because I don't add any salt to it, and pepper, and this is like pepper jacked up. So yeah, so it's got a little bit of Dax Steakhouse seasoning on it, but it's going to be a nice thick, you know, kind of, look, I mean, look how thick that is, a nice thick consistency. A quarter of a cup of that is 2 Smart Points on green. So that's for a quarter of a cup. This is almost a half a cup, but a quarter of a cup is 2 Smart Points on green. And then for the biscuits, you can get, I think it's Pillsbury Grands are like 5 Smart Points. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. But these are Mary B's, and they're in the frozen section. So if you don't have Mary B's brand, I am so sorry. I am so sorry for you. But Mary B's, they have regular sized biscuits. These are the Mary B's Thins. So they're a little bit thinner. The Mary B's Thins are 4 Smart Points. And then they also have tiny tea biscuits. And I think the tea biscuits are, I want to say they're 2 points each, but they're only like this big around. So they're like a big, maybe like a silver dollar size, but they're like 2 Smart Points each. You'll have to check on that. But yeah, so I could have a Mary B's biscuit for 4 Smart Points, a fourth of a cup of my turkey sausage gravy. So like this. Plus I didn't have to stink up the kitchen frying sausage. Or even, you know, like I used regular sausage I used turkey sausage like in the tube. I used that last week for the sausage balls. But when I'm doing this is so easy. It's so easy. And if you don't want to make a whole batch of it, you can use the rest of the turkey sausage for something else because it is awesome in eggs. And Barbara, the Mary B's, I got at Ingles today. So they have them at Ingles. I think Publix has them. For sure they have them at Kroger, but Ingles on Emory Road for sure has them. So Mary B's, one biscuit, 1 thin, Mary B's Thin is 4 Smart Points. A quarter of a cup of this is 2, so that's 6 Smart Points. So if I have 2 of them, if I have 2 of the biscuits and a half of a cup of the gravy, that's still less Smart Points than 1 regular biscuit and 1, you know, and regular gravy. Okay, so we got to make the next thing. So we got to get scooting. Okay, the next one, we're going to take a good sized bowl. This recipe, someone made it for our Sunday school breakfast this morning. And while it was delicious, my gosh, it was dripping in grease. Oh my gosh, it was so dripping in grease. So I didn't phone, I didn't call. I texted our dear friend Windstar Karen. Yes, and asked her, hey, can you remind me, because I didn't record the recipe last time, can you remind me how to make your lightened up version of this? Good night, Loretta. How to make your lightened up version of this. And she did while I was at the grocery store. So now, not only is it recorded in my app, it is favorited on my app because we eat this a lot. We eat this a lot when it's lightened up. So this is Windstar Karen's Buffalo Chicken Dip. And let's see. Oh, Betty says, I give my dog the inside of the biscuit and she eats the outside. Okay, good to know. Dusty stole a biscuit today. But anyway, this is Windstar Karen's lightened up buffalo chicken dip. So regular buffalo chicken dip. If you don't go crazy on the cheese, which I don't know people who do, but if you don't go crazy on the cheese, regular buffalo chicken dip is somewhere between 4 and 6 Smart Points for a fourth of a cup. This, Karen's lightened up version, is 1 Smart Point. 1 on green. Don't know what it is on the other 2 colors yet, but it's 1 on green, 1 Smart Point for a fourth of a cup. So what you're going to need for this, you're going to take 2 cans. So this is 2 of the large, oh, sorry. No, you're not, because that's not one of the first things to put in. Hold please. Okay, you're going to take 1 block. Yeah, sorry, chicken's one of the last things you put in. Anyway, so it's 1 block of room temperature fat-free cream cheese. Remember we used fat-free cream cheese last week too, I think. Yeah, we did. Okay, so that is 1 block of it at room temperature because you want it to be soft. Then you're going to take, this is 1 cup of Velveeta shreds. So if you don't have Velveeta shreds, you can use some other kind of light cheese, but this is 1 cup of Velveeta shreds, and it's just Velveeta, but it's in a shred. I have gotten that before at Kroger and, let me think, Kroger and Publix, I think. Ingles does not have it that I've found. You could use the Trader Joe's lighter cheese, but that's a cup of the, it is a half of a cup. It's a half of a cup of the Velveeta shreds, or you could use some other kind of light cheddar cheese. Cheddar cheese is best with this. So that's a half a cup of that. Then we have a 1/4 of a cup of fat-free ranch dressing. So, you know, classic buffalo chicken things have either ranch or blue cheese. I'm not a blue cheese fan, so we're going to use the ranch. We're going to use it's a 1/4 of a cup of fat-free ranch dressing. Then we have a 1/4 of a cup of plain non-fat Greek yogurt. So a 1/4 of a cup of that. We're just going to dump that right in. It slid out a lot easier than the dressing did. Then we have, are y'all ready for this? 1/2 of a cup. 1/2 of a cup. Some of y'all are getting ready to start pop a sweat or pass out. We have 1/2 of a cup of wing sauce. So I use Frank's Red Hot. That's a 1/2 of a cup. So you might want to start with a 1/4 of a cup. I know we can take this, so I'm doing a whole 1/2 of a cup. But if you have little sensitive taste buds, you might want to think about it. Okay, so now all of this in here together. And Teresa says, I don't eat any of this type of food. Am I the exception? What do you mean? Like you don't eat any of this type of food ever, or just at Christmas, or you don't eat any kind of finger food? And I don't know if you're the exception or not. Maybe we're the exception because we like it so much. But you're going to mix all of those kind of wet ingredients together. And Barbara uses Moore's. What is Moore's? Is that a wing sauce, Barbara? Because I've never heard of that. And I think Winstar Karen uses, she uses a different brand than I do. And sorry, this sounds so squishy. Teresa, you don't ever eat anything like this. I don't know. I don't know if you're the exception or not. There's a lot of people that don't eat like this. And there's a lot of people that don't have just snack parties, you know, like we do. I'm trying to think what the brand is that Karen uses, that Winstar Karen uses. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and tell y'all while I'm mixing this together, the new things that are up here. The Merry Christmas to All, that is new. And then since Orlando Debbie has not shown up yet, she can just see this later. The Sorcerer Radio. So that is a Sorcerer Radio sticker. And Sorcerer Radio, since we're not at Disney this week, we have been wearing it out. It's an app that you can put on your computer or on your phone that's free, and it plays Disney music all the time. It's 24 hours a day. But right now, they're having a thing where you can order, if you send them a self-addressed stamped envelope. How old am I that I know exactly what that is? But you send them a self-addressed stamped envelope, and they will send you the holiday version of their Sorcerer Radio sticker, but they send you a second one to send to a friend. So, Debbie, Orlando Debbie, the second one is coming to you. And on Wednesdays, they are announcing who they're going to. So be listening for your name on Wednesday. But anyway, so, okay. Because Orlando Debbie gave us the popcorn bucket, the annual pass holders popcorn bucket, and the annual pass holders Christmas mug. So, yeah. Okay, and Vicki says, what happened? I don't know what happened, Vicki. Am I still here? Okay, so this is it mixed together. Okay, so that's everything but the chicken mixed together. Now we're going to put the chicken in. So this is 2 of the large cans. So this is 2 of the large cans of shredded chicken breast, 98% fat-free chicken breast, 2 cans of it. And I think they're 15-ounce cans, 12 to 15-ounce cans, I guess. So you're just going to dump that in there. And we're going to mix all this together. And sorry it's such an icky noise. Didn't realize it was going to sound that icky until I started stirring it. But see, I can already smell it. Y'all can't smell it yet, but I can already smell it. Oh, it smells so good. Oh, I love buffalo chicken dip. Love, love, love buffalo chicken dip. Actually, we could eat this like every day. Like every day. Okay, so once you have all that mixed together, I'm going to add just a dab of Dax Butt Kickin' Buffalo, because, you know, we needed more spice than the, that's more than a dab, than the half of a cup of Frank's Red Hot sauce, of Frank's Red Hot, and I cannot think what it is that Karen uses, but anyway, okay, so now that that's all mixed together, let me show you this again. So this is what it looks like all mixed together. We're going to pop this in the microwave. So, you know, the old-fashioned kind, you have to bake it. You have to bake it for quite a while. So this one you put in the microwave for 3 minutes, and we're going to take it out at 1.5 minutes and stir it again. Okay, and sorry, I had to take my little towel off, so sorry about the glare. I had to take the towel off though so I could get the microwave closed. So in 1.5 minutes, we are going to check that, and we're going to stir it, and then we're going to put it in again for another 1.5 minutes. But here's where that's different. So if you've eaten any kind of buffalo chicken anything, it's always served with some celery. So instead of using at least 4 points on tortilla chips, so with a regular buffalo chicken dip, is 4 to 6 points for 1/4 of a cup serving. This one is 1 plus chips. So normally I eat those with chips. Okay, sorry, just checking. So normally I eat those with chips. So if I had, let's say that I had a 4-point serving of the buffalo chicken dip, and then I had 4 points worth of tortilla chips, which is only 12 chips. It's 12 chips. That would be 8 smart points. Okay, this, let's take it out and stir it real quick. It hasn't been 1.5 minutes yet. It hasn't been 1.5 minutes yet, but we're still going to take it out and stir it. So it's already getting good and warm. I can smell it. Whoop. Hold on, microwave. I can smell it. It already smells great. You could still bake this if you wanted to. And Teresa can't eat anything that's hot, so Teresa, you feel free to find something else, maybe a spinach and artichoke dip. That sounds good. And I am going to say that an entire half of a cup of this, if you're not used to spicy stuff, you might want to start with a little bit less. Just saying. Okay, I'm going to put this back in for only 2 minutes because I stopped it just at about, I didn't quite let it go an entire 1.5 minutes. But anyway, so buffalo chicken stuff is always, can you smell it? Kathy says she can smell it too. So buffalo chicken anything like wings or anything like that are almost always served with celery. So instead of the chips, because I would not be able to stop. And y'all be sure and thank Winstar Karen. So if you're in our closed group, and my Christy knows exactly who I'm talking about. And my Christy says you could use G. Hughes barbecue sauce. What? Oh my goodness. Hi Joyce from West of Ann Arbor. Merry Christmas. Oh my gosh, my Christy, make it, post it, and then we'll post that as my Christy's barbecue chicken dip. Yeah, let's do that. But instead of spending points on the tortilla chips and the regular dip, because I would not be able to stop. I would not be able to stop at just 12 chips. Just me. So 12 tortilla chips is 4 smart points. Regular buffalo chicken dip is 4 to 6 smart points. So we're already at 8, 9, 10. And let's face it, I've already had 2 of the biscuits and gravy that we just talked about. Just kidding. But so instead, I can have as much celery as I want. And let's face it, it's the buffalo chicken dip I want. It's not the chips. The chips are just the vehicle. The chips are just the vehicle to get it into my mouth. So this is good and hot now. So I'm going to stir it up and we're going to let it sit here for just a minute. So this is a quarter of a cup is going to be a serving. Oh my gosh, it smells so good. It smells so good. So good. So a quarter of a cup is a serving. We're going to measure out. Oh, and it's so cheesy. Oh, the cheese is melted so pretty. Oh my gosh, I can't wait to try this for you all. But The chips are literally just, oh, and my Chrissy's scrapbooking while she's listening. So in honor of our Karen, you can scrapbook while you're reading this. But anyway, so the chips are just the vehicle to get it into my mouth, and I would not be able to stop eating the chips. So I'm going to use the celery. This is 1 smart point for 1/4 of a cup. So let's go ahead and measure out 1/4 of a cup in my cute little measuring cups that Karen got for me. Another Karen, a different Karen, neighbor Karen, friend Karen. She's a friend Karen too, but anyway, so there is 1/4 of a cup. Let's go ahead and put it in here. So this is 1 smart point, and I will try it for you all. I'm not going to try it with the celery just because that would be too loud, but I will try it for you all. So here is 1/4 of a cup. This is 1 smart point. That is 1 smart point of buffalo chicken dip, and it has the celery with it, and I left the little leaves on the celery because I thought that made it look cuter. So let's try it and let's see how spicy it is. It is good and hot, I can tell you that. It's the perfect amount of heat. Perfect amount of heat. Absolutely fabulous. Sandra says use cucumber or zucchini slices. That is perfect. Barbara says please put the towel back on. We're almost done, Barbara. We're almost done. So this is 1/4 of a cup of our buffalo chicken dip, Winstar Karen's buffalo chicken dip, celery, perfect, cooked in the microwave. We didn't wait an hour for this to cook. It was absolutely perfect. Look how pretty that turned out. I would be extremely happy with this, even if you ate 1/2 a cup. If you ate 1/2 of a cup of this, it would be two smart points on green. And yeah. And yes, Trish, these are these QVC terribles? I don't even know, we got them a couple of years ago, but yes, I guess we did get them from QVC. So good, so spicy, so yummy. Dusty's about to pass out. I'm not going to pick him up because he's going to be all over this. But yeah, super, super yummy. I promise the spicy lovers at your house will not know that this is not full-blown buffalo chicken dip. Okay, so everybody have an awesome week. You have a very, very, very Merry Christmas. Thank you all so much for being here. I will attempt really hard to get these recipes posted, but you can do this. You can go back and watch the YouTube videos. Casey will post it in 2 parts. So we will have, as always, we will have, oh yeah, Jackie, it would be good with a Joseph's pita, but Casey will post these in 2 parts as she always does, so that the first part will be the entire hour if you want to go back and listen to the entire chat, number 153, or you can just watch the second part, which will just be the buffalo chicken dip and the turkey sausage gravy. It'll be on YouTube, and if you're watching this on YouTube, please be sure and watch the next video up here. You never know, it might be another yummy recipe like the one we just made. You can subscribe here. When you click subscribe, please do check the little bell so that you'll be notified when the new videos come up. Or you can purchase a Spreadshirt over here, which will just help support us. But everybody have a great week. Share this with a friend. Share this recipe. Winstar Karen gave us her blessing to share this. But you all have a great week and a very, very, very Merry Christmas. And I'll see you next week. Bye. Merry Christmas.